And with this hot weather we've been dealing with, we've been drinking water, trying to stay in the shade outside, and finding other ways to stay cool. And while some of us are lucky enough to work indoors, that's not the case for everyone.
WENY's Sam Shapiro, he spoke with workers with the Chemung County Department of Public Works on how they stay cool in some of the hottest conditions. Sam?
Renata, Nick, public workers from Chemung County told me today they felt like they were working in an oven this afternoon. And they tell me they're not letting the heat stand in their way of getting projects done. In Chemung County, public works employees have been feeling the heat on the asphalt this week, working to stay cool finishing road work on Lake Road. Commissioner Andrew Avery says he stresses to the workers the importance of paying attention to their health and how they're feeling in these conditions.
The key is to remain hydrated, whether you're working on a road with asphalt or working at home mowing your yard. It's very easy to become dehydrated, which can lead to some serious health issues, including heat stroke.
The workers also make sure to wear protective gear for safety, not just to keep them from being injured, but also from getting too sunburned.
Our employees are wearing hard hats in the right of way. They're wearing long pants. So it comes down to their face, neck, their arms, and what's exposed and what can we do to give them opportunities to use sunscreen.
Chris Cox was supervising the workers doing road work on Lake Road in ELMIRA this afternoon. They had trucks with AC running throughout the construction site for any workers needing a break from the heat.
Jump in, get cooled down that way. We got radios in all the trucks. They can contact somebody, let them know they're getting out of the weather for a minute, and we can go from there.
And Avery also says when you're driving through a construction site, there are things you can do to help out. And he says making sure you're looking out for the workers by paying attention and driving slow, or even just handing out a bottle of water will help.
All right, thanks, Sam. It's saying in Chemung County, a man from Texas has been charged after an incident at the Elmira Corning Regional Airport last night. The Chemung County Sheriff's Office said that they arrested 34-year-old Craig Wang of Murphy, Texas. Authorities say they responded to a report that a car had driven through a perimeter fence at the airport. Wang is accused of driving through 2 fences, and then he's accused of also trying to get into a locked airplane at the airport. Deputies say Wang is not a licensed pilot, and he has no privileges to even be in any of the secure areas that are on airport property, places like the tarmac. The sheriff's office arrested Wang, and they notified the TSA and the FBI of the incident. Wang is charged with criminal mischief, criminal trespass, and a number of vehicle and traffic violations. And the sheriff's office says at no point during this incident were members of the public in danger at any point.
An independent auditor will review New York State's government response to the COVID-19 pandemic, and that includes efforts by former Governor Andrew Cuomo to downplay the number of deaths of nursing home residents. The independent auditor has until late 2023 to deliver a final report, but initial findings are expected next May. Critics have said the Hochul administration has waited too long to launch an investigation. Hochul's spokesperson says the timing is not connected to New York's political calendar.
Today, the House passed a bill that would establish a right in federal law for people to obtain and to use contraceptives. The final vote came down to 228 to 195. Congressional Democrats put this legislation on the floor after Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas questioned if the court should reconsider privacy laws like contraception. The bill would also give the right to healthcare providers to give contraceptives. Representatives Fred Keller and Glenn Thompson voted no, but Representative Mike Kelly was just one of 2 present votes, meaning he didn't vote yes or no. In his brief statement, Kelly says they are voting on bills that are already law and adding that is a distraction from real action. The bill now heads to the Senate.
The House January 6th committee will hold another primetime hearing tonight, focusing on former President Trump's actions as rioters violently stormed the Capitol and how law enforcement eventually turned the tide.
2 military veterans are on the committee, Democrat Elaine Luria and Republican Adam Kinzinger. They're all expected to take the lead. Natalie Brand has a preview from Capitol Hill.
Ahead of tonight's hearing, Select Committee member Adam Kinzinger tweeted a preview, video depositions of White House staffers who were with former President Trump on January 6th.
He was always in the dining room. It's my understanding he was watching television.
Was the violence Capitol visible on the screen on the television? Yes.
The panel's 8th hearing will focus on what the former president did and did not do during the first hours of the U.S. Capitol assault, before he later posted this tweet calling off his supporters.
So go home. We love you. You're very special.
The fact that nothing happened and that it took so long for him to act is incredibly puzzling and distressing.
CBS News has confirmed the star witnesses are expected to be former Deputy White House Press Secretary Sarah Matthews and former Deputy National Security Advisor Matthew Pottinger. The committee is expected to detail the efforts by the former president's inner circle to try and convince him to take action during the assault, as well as the fallout later that evening and into the next day.
It's obvious the president, was derelict in his duty, but for all the details, you have to watch.
The investigation is also intensifying into missing Secret Service text messages from January 5th and 6th, which were requested by the committee. CBS News has confirmed the DHS Inspector General has asked Secret Service to stop their internal investigation so it doesn't interfere with the IG's probe.
Earlier this month, PennDOT's bridge tolling plan failed, and now they're trying to find new ways to fund infrastructure projects. Coming up, WENY Pennsylvania Capitol correspondent Brendan Scanlon will join us live to break down PennDOT's plans.
And Facebook is making changes to its home feed. We're going to tell you what you'll see the next time you log into your Facebook account.
And today marks our third consecutive 90-degree day. How many more 90-degree days can we expect moving forward? I'll let you know coming up right after the break. But first, a live look at our Crystal City sky cam overlooking Market Street in downtown Corning. Watching WENY News at 6.
Brendan, are you there? I'm here. I am ready to rock. Sorry, I had you muted on my phone.